Hey everyone, I'm recording this little introduction for my classes Art 135 and Art 211. So if you are in both of those classes, you only have to watch this once. Yeah, so I'm your professor. My name is Brad Ulrich. I'm recording here in my home studio where well, you can see my big drawing board back here and the stuff that surround myself with to inspire me to do more artwork and stuff. If you haven't had class with me before, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I have a bachelor's degree in graphic design and a master's degree in illustration. Okay, now around mid, I'm mostly known as either the head of the art department or for a long time I was known as the comic book guy because I write and draw comics, on the side for fun. Sometimes for publication, but mostly just, for fun. Um, and yeah, for a number of years we did this. This is our student publication, Midriff. That's got some really fantastic Richard Johnson artwork in this one. Yeah, and we actually, you can see the previous issues. We probably did about actually, this is volume 7, so we made 7 of these things. Yeah, and so I'm known for doing that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, and so when I talk about graphic design and all of that, like I said, I have a degree in it. I also, over the years, I mean, I went to college originally back in the 80s when graphic design was called commercial art. Okay. Quit school in like 87, got married and all that stuff. But the thing is, yeah, I didn't have a degree then. But after that, I went into quick printing and then later regular printing and graphic design. Ended up working at a newspaper. This was about 30 years ago. Worked at a newspaper designing ads, and that was all graphic design. It was all trying to figure out a way to make an ad look interesting, inviting, and still, sell couches or cars or whatever they're supposed to do. It was really interesting experience. Not a great job. It paid really poorly. The hours were really bad. And so I eventually went back into printing after that. And let's see. And then, oddly enough, when I was working toward my bachelor's degree, I decided to go back to school. I started working at a sign shop. And working at a sign shop was actually really interesting. Again, I was doing graphic design there. And, it was really, really interesting work. Really interesting in that, we would do things as small as nameplates for doors and then have to turn around and do something as big as a billboard for a baseball field, on sheets of metal that are 30 feet long. It was a real challenge, and in that situation, we used Adobe Illustrator primarily. So if you're in the 135, yeah, we're going to be using Adobe Illustrator a lot, and that's what we pretty much use there. And the reason for that is because when you're doing sign work, a lot of times you're dealing with um, this vinyl that has to be cut. Okay, and so in Illustrator being vector graphics based on plot points and fills, well, those plot points, that's where if you send a piece of artwork to a plotter, it knows the plot points are where it sends the blade to cut out vinyl, your vinyl graphics. So it was kind of we used kind of interesting. We used Photoshop a little bit too when we got a vinyl printer and we started doing bumper stickers and more detailed print stuff. That was all CMYK based stuff too. So yeah, it's really four color stuff. Much like when I worked at the newspaper, that was all four color too. Okay, so yeah, I got quite a bit of experience in that, and you know, didn't really plan on teaching because I was working as a graphic designer. And then I had a friend of mine um, give me a phone number one time and say, "Hey, this guy's looking for a graphic designer. We got to give him a call." And I called this guy, and he wound up being the principal of a CTE, which is a career and technical education program, and that was up in the Mount, excuse me, the Harrison campus of Mid Michigan Community College, as it was called. And so I ended up getting a job as a vocational education teacher for graphic design. I had students from five different school districts that would come into my classroom, and we would do just a number of graphic design projects, really similar to what we do. We do at MID. As a matter of fact, our program articulated with MID, and that's how I got to know my future boss, who who later retired, and then I got her job. So you just wind up rolling along, just working away and picking up jobs and picking up degrees and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't until I was already teaching at Mid for probably I would say 7 years, probably before I even started working on my master's degree, and then of course I lucked out once I got done. Actually, the very semester that I graduated with my MFA, my boss retired, and I was able to kind of roll into that job. So that's how I wound up doing what I'm doing now and being your professor. Okay, so that's who I am. All right. Well, it's good to meet you guys, and I look forward to getting to know you this coming semester and working with you and stuff. All right. Catch you later.